pretty gnarly. Oh man, I felt that one. It is said if someone's going to Moab, they should start with this trail right here, Fins and Things. Out of all the Jeep Badge of Honor trails in Moab, they say this is the easiest one to navigate and handle. So we're gonna see how true that is. So welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Scott. This is Trail Expedition. We are out here in Moab. This is day 2 for us. First trail of the day is gonna be Fins and Things. We're gonna knock this one out and then probably do another trail after this as well. So let's get to it. The terrain of Fins and Things is a mixture of slick rock fins and sandy soil. The trail is unbelievably fun with fantastic scenery, like driving through a giant roller coaster park. So I feel like Fins and Things is one of those iconic Moab trails that everyone should try. This is my first time doing it, so I'm not really entirely sure what to expect. I've watched a couple of videos. Honestly, it doesn't look like anything too difficult. However, we all know how that is. You see something in the video, it doesn't look hard, and then you actually get to an obstacle and it looks a lot harder in, real life. So out of all the Jeep Badge of Honor trails on the Jeep Badge of Honor app, this is rated a 4 to 6 in intensity, which is the lowest rating, other than Elephant Hill, which is rated a 5. Elephant Hill is like an hour outside of town. These are just the trails that are just in this immediate area. So I'm using a couple of different things to navigate myself through Fins and Things. One is the Fun Treks book, the Moab edition. If you guys do not have this book, I do highly recommend it. I'll try to put the link down in the description below for you. I'm also using Onyx Off-Road, and honestly, when it comes to trips like this, I feel like Onyx is almost a must. Man, the sun is really bright out this morning. Sunglasses are going on. So just starting out this trail, and it's morning, it's like 7:30 in the morning, so sunrise, and I'm steering straight into the sun right now. All right, so we're getting to this, after that big drop there, we're getting to this little chewed up area that goes uphill. Put the drone up in the air just to get some aerial shots. It's a little rocky. So I did fail to mention, I did air down about 18 PSI in all my tires. And I'm not locked right now. I'm gonna try this spot without lockers and see how we do. Seeing this was one of my very first trails in Moab, I wasn't accustomed to how well the tires grip the rocks here. Back east, everything is always wet, and it's a struggle to find traction. I soon found out that's not the case here. Oh yeah, no problem. Walking right up it. The sun went behind a couple of clouds too, which is improving my visibility by quite a bit. As I crested the first fin, the scale and the grandeur of this place was a lot to take in. The morning sun cast shadows across the numerous fins around me. This place almost didn't feel real. So I did put it in manual. I dropped it down into first gear to kind of help me down, and I am on the brake here a little bit. It's a 24 degree, 25, 28, 30, 31, 31. 31 degree pitch. It actually didn't feel too bad going down, honestly. I think it's just the longer wheelbase of the Gladiator definitely helps. Now we're back into some sand. If you guys are enjoying this content, remember it's absolutely free to subscribe to the channel. It really does help the channel out. And if you want to join the memberships page, that really helps as well. I do want to give a big shout out to Henry Heiss and Brian and Georgina Leary. They are new channel members, so just want to say appreciate you guys. All this sand almost reminds me of being back in Michigan. I feel like a lot of our trails are like this, just without the intermittent rocks in it like this. So far this trail hasn't been too bad. Those two big drops that I came down earlier, there is a bypass for that area, so if you guys didn't want to do that area, you don't have to. Alright, got another big ledge. We're going to drop it back down to manual, first gear. .5-degree pitch on that one. So not as steep as the previous one. Another good sized drop. Definitely going to scrape on this one. 25, 26. Oh yeah. I do have my my hitch mounted skid plate, and that's saved my hitch quite a bit. Every time I go on a rock crawling trip, I always put that in there on the Gladiator, because that's the one thing that always hits. So this right here is a prime example of why you want this camera. I cannot see over my hood at all, and we're going down, but if I look at my camera here, I can see where the tire marks are. So I'm just going to stay right in line with that. Should put us right where we need to be. It's quite the steep drop. And there's my back end. I didn't think it was going to be that steep. So we're at mile marker 2.1, and the trail does split right here. If you go left, it goes to Sand Flats Road. Right is Fins and Things, so we're going to stay right. Alright guys, mile marker 2.1. You come up to this crazy looking rock wall. There is a bypass to the left. But, you know what? We're here. We're going to try it. It looks crazy driving up to this thing. Alright, off we go. Can't really see much because of the sun, but I'm using my camera. Oh man, we're high center. Let's just back down slowly. Well, this isn't sketchy at all. I just don't think I have the brake over for that. So, well, I had to try it. It's just, I only have a 2-inch lift on this Gladiator. Oh, and I got to the very top, and I just bellied out hard. And then I started scooting over to the side, and then it got really sketchy, so I was like, you know what? I'm playing it safe. I'll come back when I get a bigger lift. We'll try it then. But there is a bypass. We'll just take the bypass for this one. Well, this looks interesting. Wasn't too bad, actually. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention too, if you guys want Moab all to yourself, come out here in February. It is the very first week of February. Yesterday I did Top of the World Trail, and I did not see a single other vehicle out there. I was the only one. The only person I saw was on the very end of it when I was coming back. When I was almost out of the trail, I saw a biker, and that was it. And then yesterday when I did Onion Creek Trail, which is a much easier trail, so pretty much any vehicle can do it, I saw 2 other vehicles. And then so far on Fins and Things, I haven't seen anyone else out here. So, and honestly, the weather's not bad. It's like yesterday was 60s, today's in the 50s. You know, the nights get cold, but if you're not camping, it's not a big deal. I originally was gonna camp, but then I started looking at hotels and how cheap they are this time of the year. I got a 5-night stay for just over $300 in a nice hotel, so it's definitely worth looking into. Oh, okay, looks like this takes us out to just a regular road. So we just got done with that climb. We went on Sand Flats Road, which is this road right here, for like maybe a minute or two, and then you hang a left back into the Fins and Things trail. And then it has you reset your tripometer here as well, according to the book anyway. All right, now they're splitting the road. Right is Porcupine, left is Fins and Things. We're gonna keep on Fins and Things. I think I saw another Jeep up here. It's the first other vehicle I've seen out on the trail today, and like I said, I only saw the 2 vehicles yesterday on Onion Creek, so not a whole lot of traffic this time of year. Alright, we got a sign here. It says to the right is the easier option, to the left is the harder option. Well, we gotta at least take a look at the harder option and see what it looks like. If it doesn't look too bad, obviously we'll go ahead and do it. All right, got another steep drop here, and this one's really long. There we go. Whew, got her. So when it comes to wheeling in Moab, I guess a case could be made, is the Wrangler 4-door better or is the Gladiator better? You know, I have the Jeep Wrangler JKU and I have the Gladiator. I think the JKU would be better in the fact that you're not going to be coming off from ledges and hitting your rear end. Your departure angle is much better, and your breakover angle I think is better as well. I feel like where the Gladiator does shine though is the longer wheelbase. When you're going up some of these declines, when you're going up some of these inclines and then going down some of these declines, the longer wheelbase makes you a lot more stable. So you just feel safer doing them. You don't feel as tippy, I guess. You just got to remember you're probably going to catch your rear end on a lot of the drops. The Fins and Things trail is considered a difficult trail with very steep slick rock, with climbs and descents. It's got a few big ledges here and there. It is 2.9 miles on the south loop and 6.3 miles on the north loop, and expect to take 3 to 5 hours to complete the entire loop. So I got out and I took a look at this one just because it is a little bit sketchy. It's downhill, and then there's a bunch of ledges at the bottom. really, I mean, small bump right at the very last part of it, but I rode the brakes the entire way down, so it was fine. Looked a lot more intimidating than it actually was. So that Jeep that I passed a couple of minutes ago before I went down that ledge drop right there, they were just getting up to it just as I was finishing it, and they were getting out to scout it to kind of see which line they wanted to take. And that's honestly not a bad thing to do. If you get up to an obstacle and it looks pretty gnarly, my wife makes fun of me because I love the word gnarly. But anyway, if it looks pretty gnarly, it's not a bad idea to get out and take a look at it. So I did stop and I talked to them and I showed them the line that I took. And you know, it was honestly a pretty easy line. So they're still looking at it because there's like 3 different options that you can go. And they have a Wrangler too, so maybe the other line would be better for their setup. So right here's a split in the trail. If you go left, it's an early exit out if you want to be done with fins and things. That Jeep that he just passed me and he's taking the exit out. We're gonna take a right and finish the rest of this thing off. All right, we did not take the early exit and we're continuing on the trail, and now we're going straight uphill. Up looks like a huge fin. Looks like there's a bypass to the left, but we're gonna go up this thing. Just walks right up it. No lockers required. This vehicle is amazing. All right, looks like we're getting onto some of those slick rocks here. I did not see that drop coming. Now we're back on some sand. Looks like we're going back uphill. Small bump on the top here. Not too bad. It always looks worse than what it probably is, but... And then when you guys watch these videos, it looks like not hard at all. So far, this trail did not present anything to me that was outside of my comfort zone. Because of this, I started to become overconfident, as you will see here in a few moments, when I misjudge a ledge drop. Let's just say that one rattled me a little bit. There's a big bump. Small one right here. Yeah, this one looks pretty steep. Here we go. See how vertical we get. was our pitch right in the beginning there. More sand. A lot of sand on this trail. Got the drone lock back on. We're heading up some more fins. Wow, that one was pretty gnarly. Oh man, I felt that one. That was a drop. So that drop right there is a good example of not being in a hurry and looking at it beforehand. I didn't think it was going to be that big of a drop, and it was pretty gnarly. My whole truck turned sideways there for a second. I feel like I had to throttle out of it just to, you know, make sure nothing worse happened. Toward the end of the North Loop, you will encounter several dramatic fins that seem to go on forever. This is the part of the trail that really gives you that roller coaster vibe. Oh, and the views aren't bad either. So this is that dramatic roller coaster area on Fins and Things where it's just, you're on the top of these fins and you're going up and down, and it is kind of like a giant roller coaster. It's really cool. Goes on for quite a ways too. So a lot of these descents, I'm basically putting it in manual and dropping it down to first. That way it saves my brakes. We're going a little too slow here. Let's speed this up by going into second. As you will see here, I wasn't paying attention and missed my turn. I saw the trail to the left with the arrows on the ground, so that's the way I went. I should have stayed right towards Kenny's Climb and Frenchie's Fin. Oh well, maybe next time. This could be a pretty good drop right here. No, not too bad. It's a heck of a climb out though. That is crazy looking. It's amazing that vehicles can get up something like this. It was quite the climb out. I didn't even look at the pitch, I should have. Really steep but short drop right here. .27-degree pitch. Little bump on the rear end there. Now we're climbing back up. Trust the camera, so you can't see anything in front of me. I'll drop here. It is pretty amazing the amount of traction that your tires can get out on this slick rock. And it's kind of funny that they call it slick rock because it's not slick at all. They should call it grip rock, just because, I mean, the tires hook up on it extremely easily. We got another drop right here. That one wasn't bad at all. All right, looks like we're on our way out. Alright guys, and that is a wrap on Fins and Things. This trail was a blast. It was like a giant roller coaster ride. A lot of steep areas, a lot of crazy inclines and declines. However, overall it was a blast. Now, who is this trail for? I definitely wouldn't be handing my keys off to the novice off-roader to run this trail because it is difficult. I mean, it is Moab. Just because it's an easy badge of honor trail doesn't mean it's an easy trail. So anyway, if you're going to do this, just make sure you know what you're doing. Bring a vehicle that's obviously capable of doing it. I think you could probably get away with a stock Rubicon Wrangler 4-door with this. I probably wouldn't want to do a 2-door because it's too short of a wheelbase. But the Gladiator did awesome. Couple sketchy spots here and there, but I think overall the longer wheelbase really helped me out. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I will catch you guys in the next one.